What is up, Pats Nation? It is Patriots Global back here with another video and with breaking news. The Patriots have signed free agent wide receiver Demaryius Thomas. They have signed him to a one-year deal worth up to $6 million. I think that's one of the biggest things that stands out to me when this happened was, one, finding out that we actually found out the terms of the deal right away, but second, that they paid him up to $6 million. I mean, he is one of the best wide receivers on the market, but still, with that being said, we are how deep into free agency. There really has not been much team really interested in Demaryius Thomas. He definitely would have gotten signed at some point, but as of up to now, there really have not been that much teams on Demaryius Thomas, and he's coming off a really big injury, so paying him $6 million kind of just shows to you how much the Patriots are invested into Demaryius Thomas, that they see something in Demaryius Thomas that they're like, we got to pay this man $6 million. Now, if we flash back to last season, right before the trade deadline, Demaryius Thomas was actually one of those receivers that the Patriots were interested in trading for with the Broncos. Now, of course, it goes back to Golden Tate, just a couple of different guys, OBJ that the Patriots were looking to trade for. And again, Demaryius Thomas was one of those guys. Ultimately, though, he ended up getting traded to the Texans. Again, I cannot help but to kind of just look back and laugh, as this was a guy that the Patriots were looking to trade for, and they get him a year later and they don't have to give up anything. So obviously that interest was already there with the Patriots, and then you go about a week ago and the Patriots had brought in Demaryius Thomas for a workout. You didn't really hear much afterwards. You heard that the Patriots were, impressed. They liked what they saw, but, ultimately he left without a contract. Nothing was signed, and a week later, now we're here saying that Demaryius Thomas is a Patriot. This is just such a good move for the Patriots in so many ways, and I'm glad they finally signed him, because I was actually about to make a video saying that they should sign Demaryius Thomas. But for one reason that it is very good, and a reason that some people definitely know about, but I'm sure a majority of people do not know about, is that it is going to make this chemistry very good in terms of Josh McDaniels, the Patriots offensive coordinator. Let's remember, Josh McDaniels served as the Broncos head coach back from 2009 to 2010, where he actually drafted Demaryius Thomas. Yeah, you got that right. Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels is actually the one who drafted Demaryius Thomas when he was the Broncos head coach. So, although Josh McDaniels didn't really work out with the Broncos, he still knows Demaryius Thomas. He saw something in Demaryius Thomas. He knows how he works. He knows what he does well, because ultimately he drafted him and he had him for a year. Now, Demaryius Thomas is not going to bring youth at all to this Patriots wide receiver depth. He is 31. Some will look at that as bad. Some will look at that as good. Ultimately, that's part of the Patriot way. They love to bring in these veteran players. It's something that they always do. And with him being 31, he does have that experience in the NFL. He has multiple years under his belt. And I know I'm going to get these comments. It's going to say, this is stupid. We're paying $6 million to this guy. He's washed up, all this crap. And although he might not be what he used to be, let's keep in mind, a little while back, Demaryius Thomas was thought of as a top 10 wide receiver. This was a guy who could easily eclipse a 1,000 plus yard season. Easy. Especially, that time when he had Peyton Manning as his quarterback, a good quarterback. Then the Broncos start to go downhill after Peyton Manning retires. Got Trevor Siemian and then Case Keenum last year. They never really had a good quarterback after that. Not to mention, they didn't really have the best offensive line either. So how can you totally expect a guy like Demaryius Thomas to seriously produce? You don't have a guy that's actually good throwing to him. So I think that's one of the big things that stands out is if you look at stats, yeah, okay, he isn't what he used to be. He hasn't had a 1,000 yard season in a good amount of time. But he is now coming to New England where he has an offensive coordinator that knows how to use him correctly. He has the best coaching staff in football to actually help him. He has a good offensive line to his offense, not to mention the best quarterback of all time throwing to him. I think another thing that the Patriots are going to like, and I think another thing that a lot of fans are going to like, that Demaryius Thomas brings is height. This guy finally brings height to the wide receiver position. He's 6'3", 236 pounds, so he has a pretty nice frame also. A bigger target that Tom Brady can finally throw to, a guy that can play in the middle of the field, but I'm sure we'll mostly see him playing towards the outside. So for all of you people that have been saying we need a guy to play the outside, not the slot, well, looks like you got your guy. Now for the more downside of this part. So as we all know, Demaryius Thomas did suffer a torn Achilles while he was with the Texans back on December 23rd. Obviously, a guy of his age tearing something like that, missing the rest of the season, is never ideal. But it is actually said that Demaryius Thomas is doing really well. He's recovering pretty fast. And the thing is that Josh McDaniels was actually there, supposedly, when Demaryius Thomas first tore his Achilles. And when he originally first tore his Achilles, it took him about 6 months to recover. So I'm not going to say that he should be good for training camp, but if I had to expect anything, I would say that he should be good for around that time. I'll also say for anyone looking to have some hope for this guy, for people that are not very high on him, more specifically due to how he's played in recent years, I will tell you that when he was traded to the Texans, he had one of the best years he's had in quite a long time, and that's because he had a better quarterback throwing to him, a guy in Deshaun Watson. In 7 games with the Texans last year, he was targeted 33 times while catching 23 of those passes for 275 yards and 2 touchdowns with a lawn of 31. That same season last year, before he was actually traded and he was still with Denver, he was targeted 56 times, hauling in 36 receptions for 402 yards and 3 touchdowns with a lawn of 45. So when you combine both of those stats, his yearly stats for his entire year was that he was targeted 89 times and caught 59 passes for 677 yards, 5 touchdowns with a lawn again of 45. The year before that, he had 949 yards, so he was very close to another 1,000-yard season. And then the year before that, he had 5 consecutive 1,000-yard plus receiving seasons in a row. So pretty much from 2012 to 2016, he had 1,000 receiving yards or more in every single one of those seasons. Because of the money he is making, I honestly would be shocked to see him get cut. Now, of course, if he isn't doing well or he gets re-injured, then he'll most likely get cut. But I truly don't see that happening. And with the money, again, he's making, I think he's a guy you plug in and he becomes a starter. Now, for everyone that's concerned about this wide receiver core, you really look at who we have at this point, and they are building something that is low-key pretty nice. I mean, right now, you have Julian Edelman, you have Braxton Berrios, you have maybe Josh Gordon, Maurice Harris, Bruce Ellington, Philip Dorsett. I know it might not be the wide receiver core that so many people want, but when you really look at it, it is not that bad. I mean, right now you look at your potential starters, and that's minus the draft. We're not even adding guys in the draft yet, and your potential starters right now are Julian Edelman, Demaryius Thomas, Philip Dorsett, and then if Josh Gordon comes back. The Patriots also definitely know who Demaryius Thomas is. Demaryius Thomas has always been a guy that the Patriots have had issues covering, have had issues stopping. Demaryius Thomas against the Patriots has always just balled out. So it's just so funny to think how times have changed. Demaryius Thomas was previously a first-round pick, and now he is back, reunited with Josh McDaniels, and is officially a New England Patriot. Honestly, guys, I like this signing. It is, at this point, pretty much the best that the Patriots can do, and it really does have a lot of upside if you truly look at it. Mix this guy in with the fact that he now has Tom Brady and, again, the best coaching staff, and only the best is yet to come. But that is it for today's video. What are your guys' thoughts on the Patriots signing Demaryius Thomas? Let me know in the comments below. Also, make sure you guys like and subscribe, as it helps me, the channel, and even you guys out very, very, very much. Make sure you guys share this video with everybody you know so we can go to the Patriots Global family. Other than that, I will catch you guys in another video.